Munguntuul and Salimova navigate the complexities of the Caracan defense advance variation in this Fide Women's Grand Prix to 0-4-5 Pune Round 4 showdown. On e4. On c6. On d4. On d5. This position is typical of Caracan defense advance variation. On e5. Bishop f5. Knight d2. On e6. Knight b3. Knight d7. Knight f3. Knight e7. Bishop e2. On h6. King castled kingside. Bishop h7. On a4. Queen c7. Bishop d2. On g5. Knight e1. Munguntuul's idea is to play on a5, on c5, knight takes c5, knight takes c5, on takes c5, and secure a stronghold in the game. On c5 played by Salimova. On c3 it is novelty move. Knight g6. On f4. On takes f4. Bishop takes f4. Knight takes f4. Rook takes f4. Bishop g6. Bishop h5. Munguntuul considers playing. Bishop takes g6. On takes g6. Queen g4. King castled queenside. Queen takes e6 and establish a winning position. Rook g8 played by Salimova. Bishop takes g6. Rook takes g6. Queen f3. Threatening rook takes f7. Rook g7 played by Salimova. Knight d2. Bishop e7. Salimova is preparing to play. Bishop g5. Rook g4. Bishop e3 check. Queen takes e3. Rook takes g4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Queen e2 played by Munguntuul. Queen b6. Threatening queen takes b2. Knight f1 played by Munguntuul. On takes d4. On takes d4. Rook c8. On a5. Threatening pawn takes b6. Queen b4 played by Salimova. Knight d3. Threatening knight takes b4. Queen b3 played by Salimova. Rook f2. Knight b8. Knight d2. Threatening knight takes b3. Queen b5 played by Salimova. Salimova wants to play. Rook c2. Queen e3. Bishop g5. Knight f4. Knight c6 and gain a significant edge. Knight f3 played by Munguntuul. Knight c6. Queen d2. Threatening queen takes h6. Rook g4 played by Salimova. Salimova is looking to play. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. Rook takes d4 and increase their advantage significantly. On h3 played by Munguntuul. Rook e4. Salimova is looking to play. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. Rook takes d4 and establish a winning position. Rook c1 played by Munguntuul. King d8. Knight c5. Pause the video and find the best move for Salimova. Knight b4 is the correct move because King h2. Rook takes c5. Pawn takes c5. Knight d3. Rook e2. Bishop takes c5. Still Salimova is losing. Let's explore the main game. Salimova is planning to play Knight takes d4. Rook takes c8 check. King takes c8. Knight takes d4. Rook takes d4 and dominate the board. Knight c5 played by Munguntuul. Rook c7. Stop here and find the strongest move for Munguntuul. Queen takes h6 is logical continuation as King c8. Knight takes e4. Pawn takes e4. Knight d2. Queen d3. Rook takes f7. Munguntuul have small advantage. Let's explore the main line. Munguntuul is preparing to play Rook c3. Knight takes a5. Knight takes e4 and gain a significant edge. Rook c7 is not the best move played by Salimova. Knight takes e4 is a mistake played by Munguntuul. Pawn takes e4. Pawn d5. Munguntuul considers playing Pawn d6. Rook c8. Pawn takes e7 check. King takes e7. Queen d6 check and establish a winning position. Queen takes d5 played by Salimova. Rook d1. Munguntuul's idea is to play Queen e2. Pawn takes f3. Rook takes d5 check and seize the initiative. Rook d7 played by Salimova. Salimova considers playing Pawn e3. Queen takes e3. Queen takes d1 check and dominate the board. Queen takes d5 played by Munguntuul. Pawn takes d5. Rook fd2. Munguntuul is aiming to play Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5 check and secure a stronghold in the game. Pawn takes f3 played by Salimova. Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5 check. King c7. Salimova might go for Knight d4. King f1. Knight c2. Rook b5. Knight e3 check. King g1. Knight takes g2. King h2. Knight h4. King g3 and seize the initiative. Pawn takes f3 played by Munguntuul. Bishop g5. King f1. Bishop f4. Threatening bishop takes e5. Rook d6 played by Munguntuul. Bishop takes e5. Rook takes h6. King d7. Threatening knight takes a5. Pawn a6 played by Munguntuul. Pawn takes a6. Pawn b3. Pawn a5. Pawn h4. Knight d4. Threatening knight takes b3. Pawn f4 played by Munguntuul. Threatening pawn takes e5. Bishop c7 played by Salimova. Pawn h5. King e7. Salimova is planning to play King f8. Rook h8 check. King g7. Rook e8. Knight takes b3 and establish a winning position. Rook h8 played by Munguntuul. King f6. Salimova wants to play. King g7. Rook e8. Knight takes b3 and put immense pressure on the opponent. On h6 played by Munguntuul. Munguntuul is looking to play. Rook g8. Bishop takes f4. On h7. Knight e6. On promotes to queen at h8 check and take decisive advantage. King g6 played by Salimova. Salimova might go for. On f5. King e1. Bishop b6. King d2. Knight takes b3 check and put immense pressure on the opponent. On h7 played by Munguntuul. Munguntuul intends to play. Rook f8. King takes h7. Rook takes f7 check. King g6. Rook takes c7 and seizes the initiative. Bishop b6 played by Salimova. Salimova intends to play. On f5. King e1. King g7. Rook e8. King takes h7 and take decisive advantage. Rook f8 played by Munguntuul. Threatening pawn promotes to queen at h8. King takes h7 played by Salimova. Rook takes f7 check. King g6. Threatening king takes f7. Rook d7 played by Munguntuul. Knight takes b3. King e1. On a4. Rook d3. Bishop d4. Munguntuul saw no escape and decided to resign.